All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody online as well. At the water for watching. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom Houston. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom Rochester, New York. It's good to see brothers on the channel and see brothers teaching and lively and highly spirited. I want to say hope that your families are doing well and that you continue to grow in the spirit. And shout out shalom to Cabo in Guatemala and his congregation scattered throughout North, Central, and South America. He's teaching a couple of different languages. So shout out and shalom to Cabo in Guatemala. Shout out and shalom to brothers in Florida and in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and California, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started on this part 2. Kind of want to jump right into it on a slight recap. This is a class is called a pocket manual for gaining a leadership position. Basically, a pocket manual is something that you keep with you at all times. And it's nothing to take away from the Bible, but just as having a rule of thumb, if you ever desire a leadership position or ever want one, or if you're ever a parent, whether you're a father or a mother or uncle or auntie, you're going to be in a leadership position. A lot of times, or if you're a big brother or big sister, you're going to be in a leadership position. So this applies to anybody in any position that has the desire to oversee other individuals, all right, or to see the well-being of other individuals. So that's that's the motivation behind part 1, and we're going to continue and jump right into it. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1, and let's go ahead and get started. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1.
First Peter chapter 5, verse 1. The elders which are among you, the elders which are among you, I exhort, who am also an elder.
So, what does Peter classify himself as?
An elder.
He classifies himself as an elder, and he's teaching this particular letter to elders. He said, "I'm exhorting you." Read on.
And a witness of the sufferings of Christ.
Go ahead.
And also partaker of the glory that shall be revealed.
He says there's benefits for being an elder at the end. Read on.
Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you.
He says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you. Now, Christ made this very clear. Why would Peter be telling any other leaders, or that is anyone desiring a leadership position, to feed the flock of the Most High? Why would Peter be saying this? Let's go to John. Let's go to John chapter 21, verse 15 through 17.
St. John 21,
15, 21, 15.
St. John 21 and 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee.
He said, Yea, Lord, you know I love you. Read on.
He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
He said what?
Feed my lambs.
What is the criteria of loving Christ, of proving that you love Christ? What is the criteria?
Feed my lambs.
He said, feed my lambs. He said that's the criteria, and that's how he knows if you love him or not. If you love Christ, then you'll feed the sheep of Christ. You'll feed the flock of Christ. Read on.
Verse 16. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep.
He said, feed my sheep. Read on.
He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time.
So, when do you ever hear Christ saying something 3 times in a row? You don't ever hear Christ saying something 3 times in a row, back to back to back. Why is he saying what? So when he's doing this because he's trying to drive a point. If Christ is going to emphasize this particular obligation, then it is the ultimate way to show that you love Christ. Look how frequent and often he's driving this point to Peter, even to the point where it's starting to agitate Peter. So he's obviously putting a lot of emphasis behind feeding the sheep. So now let's go back to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof.
So now we understand why Peter is talking about feeding sheep. Why is Peter talking about feeding sheep? Because it was driven into his mind by his master, Yahushua. That's why he's now saying, if you want to be a good elder, then do what was told to me over and over and over. Feed the sheep. Because that's what's important. That's the critical mission at hand, and that's also the evidence that you love Christ. Read on.
It says, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint.
He says, taking the oversight thereof, not by what?
Not by constraint.
Go ahead.
But willingly, not for filthy lucre.
And don't do it for money. He said, but willingly, not for filthy lucre. Read.
But of a ready mind.
But of a ready mind. Now, this was evidently a way to show Christ you love him. So what issue and ought did Christ have with the Pharisees, who were in charge and were the leaders of the people at the time? Let's go to Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. Let's go to Matthew chapter 23, verse 23.
Matthew 23 and 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters.
He says, these little sacrifices that y'all give as a leader, he said, though they really don't amount to much. The little petty sacrifices that the Pharisees was given wasn't really what quantified real service in the eyes of the Most High. That wasn't real service. Real service has other critical matters. What are they? Read on.
It says, the law.
He says what?
The law.
He said weightier matters of the law being what?
It says weightier matters of the law, judgment.
He said, so one of the weightier matters of the law is what?
Judgment.
So more than some fennel seeds and some small grains and herbs, the Most High don't want to see them petty sacrifices. What the Most High wants to see, especially out of a leadership position, is what? Judgment. He says judgment, what else?
Mercy.
Judgment, mercy, and what else?
And faith.
He says judgment, mercy, and faith are three things that are very highly considered as a reasonable service, as real service in the eyes of the Most High. When you're able to deliver judgment, mercy, and what?
And faith.
And faith. Now, we're going to explain this in detail, what that means, because obviously it's something that Christ is charging the Pharisees and the scribes to a fault for not having this, for not using this, for not looking at this as being a critical operation in your service. Judgment, mercy, and faith. So, as far as judgment, let's explain this. What does it mean when he says judgment? Let's start off at James chapter 2, verse 2. You got the Nagaha? Because I know you just came in.
Yeah, I got you. James chapter 2, verse 2. For if there come into your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel.
He says, if they're coming to your assembly, so he's now a new brother that's a part of your assembly, it's part of your congregation. Read.
No, that gold ring, that goodly apparel, what does that really represent?
We're going to get to it.
Okay.
So he said, if any man come into your assembly with a gold ring and what?
In goodly apparel.
Go ahead.
And there come in also a poor man.
He said, and there come in a poor man. Go ahead.
In vile raiment.
In vile raiment.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And ye have respect to him.
He said, and you have respect to him. Go ahead.
That weareth the gay clothing.
Go ahead.
And say unto him, sit thou here.
So you tell the guy that has the gold ring, the goodly apparel, the flamboyant clothing, you tell him, here, this is your place. You don't even know this guy. But you tell him already you're designating him a place in proximity to you. Sit next to me. Read on.
Sit thou here in a good place.
Go in a what?
In a good place.
Make sure you got a good view. Make sure the congregation can see you.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you have any questions.
That there's an association public association.
Yeah.
I want to publicly be associated with whatever you're doing.
Yes. And I want to make sure that you get taken care of.
Yeah.
Sit there in a good place. Read on.
And say to the poor, stand thou here. Excuse me. Stand thou there.
You don't even sit. You don't even get. You don't even sit down. You just stand over there. Read on.
Don't be comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable. Read.
Or sit here under my footstool.
Or you can take this place where?
Under my footstool.
Under my footstool. That's a very derogatory, demeaning position to put somebody in. Read on.
Are ye not then partial in yourselves,
Go ahead.
and are become judges of evil thoughts?
He says, and are become judges of evil thoughts. Why is judgment so important? Judgment is important as a leader because you'll be defined, your treatment towards people will be defined by your judgment. How you treat people is based upon how you see them. And if you see people having partiality, then you will treat them a certain way. But if you're impartial in your judgments, you don't have partiality, then you treat everybody the same. Why would I treat this man with the gold ring, like you mentioned earlier, or the gay clothing? Why would I even treat him better than the guy that had the vile clothing?
Sense of judgment.
Hmm?
Your sense of judgment. Partiality.
You know the truth of it is? I may need to borrow that.
I got needs.
I would like to borrow that outfit he got on. Do you mind if I borrow that garment that you're wearing, sir? Do you mind if I sport the ring?
Or do you have any other garments I can borrow that you're not using at the moment?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
obviously, you're doing well.
You're doing well. You're doing well.
I see you doing well.
I see you doing well. So that means you got something that I could possibly gain from. Either I could borrow that outfit you got on, I could borrow the garments, I could borrow the shoes you got on. What size are you, man? What size are those?
What size are your shoes?
What size are those? I see some use in you.
Yeah.
But I see use in you where? To my benefit. So the understanding behind this particular parable is that people will treat people based upon what they can get from them.
Yep.
So if I can see that you possess some type of utility and you possess some type of benefit to me, and you got something that I may borrow down the line or I can utilize down the line, then I say sit here in this good place. Then I'm trying to establish a good, strong relationship with you.
We need a friendship.
Yeah, we need a friendship. I'm working on the bonds right here. Sit over here in a good place.
Don't be too far.
Yeah, I'm already trying to butter you up to create some type of chemistry because I can see something that I could use from you. You got gold ring, you got goodly apparel, you got nice outfits. You're the kind of person I want to be around. I ain't got no time for no brokies.
Yeah. No, bro.
But a guy like you, a guy like you, I got plans, man. There's some plans.
We can get things. We can
do
a lot of
things. We can go places. A guy like you, with the outfits you got on and the way you dress, man, we're going to clean up tonight. Come pick me up. I'll pick you up. Let's hit the streets, man. Let's go out. We're going to clean up with a guy like you. This how you dress all the time? We're going to hit the streets and clean up. Men know what that means when I say that we're going to clean up tonight.
Yeah.
That means we got some people to impress.
Yeah.
With your outfits. You about to have a good time. So people build bonds and they have an appropriate level of courtesy. They have an appropriate level of treatment when it's something they can benefit from you. And as a leader, Peter is saying, listen, or James is saying, listen, you got to make sure as a leader that you don't treat people based upon a utilitarian purpose. I'm treating you fairly because you have something I could pull from you. If I can't pull nothing from you, you have nothing I desire, then I treat you with my left hand. I'll reach. You know, you sit over here.
Or I won't check you because I don't want to lose the opportunities.
Yeah. Yep. But before we even go that far, what we're doing is explaining what judgment, true judgment, and ill judgment looks like.
Okay.
We're explaining what when we read earlier, Peter said that, Christ told the Pharisees and the scribes, he says, you're omitting things that are more important. Judgment is important. Mercy is important. Faith is important. But our judgment is classified based upon what we can gain and the good and what's good about another person that we can borrow. You know, I like being around smart guys because, you know, it makes me feel smart.
Yeah.
It still has something to do with who?
Your ego.
It still got something to do with me. So, a lot of times judgment is based upon it's needs based.
Yes.
What do I need, and what do you have that I could borrow, I could use, and I'll determine our relationship and how I treat you. I'll decide how I treat you based upon that.
Yeah.
What can you provide me?
It's crazy that that person's economic condition now has a ability to conform my treatment, my behavior of different people.
Yes.
Like my behavior and treatment of men, my view of men, is not based off of just what the book says.
Right.
It's determined based off of economic positioning that another person offers. That dictates
or benefit.
Social capital.
That dictates my compassion. That dictates my brotherhood. That dictates my mercy.
Yeah.
That dictates my willingness to communicate.
Oh yeah. A desire to communicate. Whether we got something to talk about.
Yeah.
Whether we have the potential to have a relationship. But a lot of times we don't just deal with people for the fact that we owe them love. We owe them peace. But the scripture say, as much as lieth in you, be at peace unto all men. But that's not good enough. We don't build relationships and bonds and treat people a certain way because we want peace with them. A lot of times there's something that I can use. There's something I can gain. And I could use something. I could gain something. And that's that judgment that makes sure that when you're dealing with people as a leader, you can't look at people like utility. You can't look at people like I'm gonna treat you fair because there's some utility there. Or I'm gonna treat you like trash because I don't see you as something that has a benefit to me. I don't see how you benefit me.
Which is that not worldly judgment, sir?
It is. It is. And that's why Ecclesiastes, get this, chapter 37, verse 8. Get Ecclesiastes chapter 37, verse 8.
Ecclesiastes 37 and 8. Beware of a counselor.
He said, beware of a what?
Of a counselor.
That's why you say you got to beware of a counselor. Read.
And know before what need he hath.
Why?
For he will counsel for himself.
Because some people want to be friends for who?
For himself.
So going back to the same point. People will extend themselves to other people. People will extend mercy to other people. People will extend friendship to other people. But a lot of times, do you really know if it's sincere? Or is it something that's behind the motivation that can't be clearly seen? What's behind the motivation? That's why I said it's good to know what a person needs so that you can understand what you are. But as a leader, we can't look at people for those purposes as of what can you provide me? What can you do for me? And this is what's weighty that Christ is talking about when it comes to giving people what really matters when it comes to service. Really treating people right. Go to Ecclesiastes. Stay in Ecclesiastes. Go to chapter 29, verse 5. Because the nature of man can be corrupted. It can be corrupted. And if you're going to be a leader, you got to make sure that the mind frame is right behind leadership. What am I doing for, to, and with these people, these sheep that Christ said is so important? What am I doing for these sheep? What am I doing with these sheep? Read.
Ecclesiastes 29 and 5. Till he hath received.
It says a lot of people, until they get what they want, what will they do?
It says, till he hath received, he will kiss a man's hand.
What does that mean? What does that mean that until somebody get what they want, they'll kiss your hand? What does that mean?
Try and get on your best side.
What does it mean when you kiss somebody's hand?
Butter on this.
What are you doing when you kissing people's hand?
Gain their favor.
Yeah.
Brown nosing.
You brown nosing?
Yeah.
I'm kissing
Oh,
hands.
that was vulgar saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, kiss
Why,
A.
why am I kissing hands, right? Me Lord, me Lord. Why am I kissing hands? Why would you kiss a man? Know why they would kiss a woman's hand, man?
Yeah.
Why would a man kiss a woman's hand? Let's just say it that way then.
Brownie point.
Yeah. I'm a gentleman. I'm such a gentleman.
Yes.
Oh, look at these nails. Look at these nails. Look at these hands. So soft and supple. So gentle and sweet. Chivalry ain't dead, right? Come on, man.
I'm this way.
This is me. I'm a gentleman. He says, but people, what's inside of people, they'll stoop to whatever level, is what he's explaining. People will become whatever it is that they need to be until they get what they want. People will kiss hands. He said he will do what?
Says, till he hath received, he will kiss a man's hand.
Go ahead.
And for his neighbor's money.
And for what?
For his neighbor's money.
And for his neighbor's what?
His neighbor's money.
So for his neighbor, I want something.
Thirsty.
You know what? It's something that you have that I don't mind treating you special for. I'll treat you special because I'll kiss your hand and I'll do whatever it takes for his neighbor's money. Read.
Come. For his neighbor's money, he will speak submissively.
He will speak how?
Submissively.
What does that mean?
You'll see all of that.
That means people will posture themselves in a very kind fashion, in a very humble disposition. They'll show all forms of humility and gentleness and appreciation and thanksgiving. Because what?
Says, but when he should
For
repay.
the neighbor's money.
But for the neighbor's and for his neighbor's money, he will speak submissively.
He will do what?
Speak submissively.
He said he will speak submissively, right? Submissively, right?
Yeah.
So he's saying that it's another way of saying submissively.
Come.
So when will people be submissive?
When they want something.
When they want something. When will people be in order?
Oh yeah.
When they want something. When will people be respectful? When do you get the most respect?
Get something to offer.
Because you got something to offer.
I got the definition. It said submissive is also obsequious. Obsequious. Promptly obedient or submissive to the will of another. Compliant. Yielding to the desires of others. Properly to the will or command of a superior.
He said, so why would I be in compliance with somebody?
Because I don't want to lose them benefits.
It's because there's some benefits involved.
Yeah.
Right? There's some benefits. Benefits will make people become different people.
Yeah.
If there's benefits involved.
Yeah.
If there's benefits involved, you won't even see the real person sometimes.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
You'll see Othello. You'll see an actor.
You'll see Othello. You'll see a great actor.
You see Shakespeare.
Yeah.
You'll see Gone with the Wind
Yeah.
when they hugged up at the end of the movie.
The most charming person you'll ever find.
Yeah. People, when they want something, you're not seeing the genuine them. You're not seeing the sincere person when there's something to gain involved. That's just what it is. That's just the truth. So if you're in a leadership position, you have to scratch the idea that these sheep could be to your benefit.
I can't be a part of the picture at all.
They can't be part of the picture. You have to scratch the idea that these sheep can provide me anything. And if I'm going to treat them a certain way, it's not because I can get something from them. Because if that's the case, then those people that have something I can gain, I will treat them certain way. And the people that I feel like can't provide me or do anything for
You
me,
get the opposite.
they're going to get the opposite treatment. You have no benefits that you bring to the table? Well, you don't get my respect. Because you don't benefit me. In leadership, you have to have a clear, appropriate, sober amount of judgment where you see people regardless of if they can be a benefit to you or not. It doesn't matter if they could be a benefit or they have something I want not.
They might tax you more than you gain anyway. You gotta be prepared for that.
Yeah.
This spirit that you're talking about looks like he's not trying to be taxed by the sheep. He's trying to tax the sheep.
Yeah. Give me Proverbs chapter 19 verse 17.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17.
Read that.
He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Most High.
So, if I could treat people with pity and mercy, not because they can do anything for me, not because there's anything I could personally gain from them, not because there's something I'm trying to borrow from them, not because there's no benefits involved, it's strictly one way. That means I entertain people and I extend myself to people and I treat people with respect, even though I don't expect anything in return. If I can deal fairly with people, he says, he that lendeth to what?
He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Most High.
It says, but when I can treat people right, regardless if they can do something for me or not, but I still look at them right, treat them right, extend to them, give to them, sacrifice for them. I'm actually doing it for who?
The
The Most
Lord.
High.
I'm actually doing it for the Lord. It's the people that we look at that we feel like they have no value, so I don't have to respect you. Those are the ones that actually the Most High is saying, when you do, you show that you respect me. It's not until you don't have anything to get in return are you actually doing it for the Most High. So the benefits of the service of our work is not even appreciated or valued in the eyes of the Most High until these people can't do nothing for me. Until they can't return a benefit to me. Now I'm doing the work of the Lord truly, sincerely. Because I'm not getting nothing out of it. There's no benefit for
What are
me.
you gaining?
I'm not gaining nothing.
Yeah.
Then the Most High is looking at my service as being legitimate. Now the Most High will say, you're doing it for that person who I know can't pay you back, who I know has no benefits for you, who I know has nothing to gain in return. You don't have anything to gain in return. Now you're not only lending to them, but you're lending to me. When does the Most High even qualify our service? It's when there is no benefits. It's when there is no reward that comes back to us. That's when the Most High even qualifies a leader's position and looks at his service as being sincere. But if you have anything to gain out of it, then are you really doing it for free? Nah. The truth of the matter is, when you're seeking a leadership position, you have to have this mind frame that this is a one-way street. That means that everything I do for a leader, as a leader, whether it be as a parent, whether you're a mother, whether you're a father, whether you're an uncle, whether you're an auntie, whether you're a brother, you're a sister, everything that I do, or I'm a good friend, everything that I do for people, I really shouldn't be looking at it like, what are you gonna do for me?
What am I getting?
I'll respect you though.
Yeah.
I'll respect you. So what does it feel like then when You only give people conversation when they're not empty-handed.
That's crazy.
That means you ain't got nothing in your hand.
I got nothing to tell you. I got nothing to tell you. No prophecy for you, no book for you. No.
I'm looking at my watch.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the time. Hey man, this conversation is going a little bit too far. It's going too long.
Money passing me by.
Yeah, it's too much going on. I'm missing all kind of opportunities. This conversation ain't getting nowhere. Why is this conversation not getting nowhere? Because I'm not faring to gain anything. And so people will cut people short when they feel like there's no benefits in this. But on a personal level. So as a leader, you have to understand that the work that you do for people around you, there is nothing that you can expect from them. In order to treat them right and look at them right according to the way that Christ says that is important, like he told the Pharisees in Matthew 23, then don't look at them like they have no value to you. Because unfortunately, that's the nature of treatment. You know, every relationship around this time of year, income tax time.
Oh, it's always everybody's wonderful.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's cool. I'm just calling, check on you.
Hey,
Just checking on you.
you're my favorite cousin.
You my favorite cousin, baby. Hey, did you get your paperwork back yet?
I was asking because I had some friends.
Yeah, I was looking because I was looking for my W-2s. I wasn't sure,
Yeah,
if they got sent out.
yeah.
Did the government send them out yet? But all of a sudden, you got people have desires.
Yeah.
But when do you see their desire? You see the desires of people when they need something or they want something.
Yeah.
And you'll get different treatment when there's something when there's a benefit involved. You can't do this as a leader when it comes to Christ's sheep. You can't be this way when it comes to Christ's sheep. When it comes to Christ's sheep, you got to teach them. You got to extend to them. And you have to give to them whether you're getting something back or not. It doesn't matter. And you got to be fair across the board. It doesn't matter. And that's what real judgment should look like. It doesn't matter if this person can benefit me or not. I'm going to still treat you right. I'm going to still respect you. I'm going to still extend myself to you. I'm going to still give you what you need. I'm going to still serve you. It doesn't matter. But the way we think of leadership is backwards. The way we think of leadership, we talked about it last week. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3. Read verse 2 one more time.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 3 says, neither as being lords.
No, verse 2.
Oh, verse 2, come.
Then verse 3.
Come. Feed the flock of the Most High.
It said do what?
Feed the flock of the Most High.
It said feed the flock of the Most High. Did he say that you only feed the flock of the Most High when you have something to gain?
No.
Did he say you only feed the flock of the Most High when there's a benefit involved? When there's a personal gain? What real leadership looks like, whether it's husbandry, whether it's fatherhood, parenthood, motherhood, is about giving and serving the people for free. I got to give you what you need to grow, regardless if I'm getting something from you. Because in our minds, in the world's way of doing things, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This ain't adding up. So he said, feed the flock of what?
It says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you.
Go ahead.
Taking the oversight thereof.
It says taking the what?
Taking the oversight thereof.
Go ahead.
Not by constraint.
Not because you're forced to. Read.
But willingly.
You want to do it. Read on.
Not for filthy lucre.
Why does he have to put this in the Bible?
Because this is what people's nature.
Why did this have to be put in? Why did that part have to be put in the Bible? Not for filthy lucre. What? Not for filthy money or gain. Why did that have to be put in the Bible?
People will do this for the money. They'll take care of the flock. They get paid for the fly.
It better be some resources that's coming out of this, man. There has to be some resources that I'm getting in order to feed you.
Ain't going out.
If I got to give you what you need for you to be strong, what the hell am I getting in return? I don't know how long I'm going to do this, and why am I going to do this? Because I don't see the benefits. This is the state of mind that people have in their life, that I don't want to bother with you unless you're doing something for me in return. I don't want to play with you. I don't want to converse with you. I don't want to debate with you. I don't want to waste my time. Because in the end, you're not doing anything for me. And that's not real leadership. Hold that. Ecclesiastes chapter 29. Read verse 8 and 9.
Ecclesiastes 29, verse 8. Yet have thou patience with the man in poor estate.
What does the Bible say?
Have patience with the man in poor estate.
You give up on him?
Have patience with the man in poor estate.
It says have patience with a man in what?
In poor estate.
So, because why would you not want to have patience with a man in a poor state? Let's be honest. Because they don't pay me enough to have patience for you.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Like people say. Let's keep it 100.
Let's keep it 100.
Why wouldn't I want to have patience with somebody? Yes, that's it. You know how much patience I have with somebody if they showed me their bank account and they had 10 million?
Oh yeah. Let's deal with your issue.
Whatever you want to
So
do.
your childhood. What happened? What happened when you were 10 years old, man? You didn't win the game.
You like this. Hey, I need y'all to call me back, man. I'll be busy for about 3 days. Don't call me for about 3 days. I gotta handle some business.
That's the point, though.
Yeah.
You gotta handle some business.
I gotta handle some business, but it's business.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that to you. Your mama said, what? And you was how? You was 2?
He's only 2 years old.
Look, oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened to you.
Yeah.
Who would dare talk to you that way?
Especially you.
Yeah.
Look who you've become.
Yeah.
Despite
They don't appreciate you.
Yeah.
They don't love you no more.
It's that false concern.
They don't love you like I love you. They don't care like I care. Yeah.
It changed.
Yeah. They don't love you like I love you.
That's bad.
Why would somebody then
Yes, sir.
have an unsurmountable amount of patience with you
Oh yeah.
when you have a major benefit that can come their way? Why all of a sudden do people out of thin air, patience just come out of thin air? It just falls right on the table, man. I don't know where I got all this patience from, but I just feel like hearing your story all night.
You bring the best out of me.
You bring the best out of me.
That's a real thing, though.
All of a sudden, I got all the patience in the world.
Oh.
You bought the patience. That patience was paid for. Now, after we have this conversation, I do want to add. Do you have any trust funds or anything set up? Do you have anything set up? Do you have any beneficiaries? Yeah. Do you have the will? Any will going on there? Yeah. Have you thought about the future? Have you planned in case anything goes wrong? Have you set something up? Have you set up a family care plan? Well, I'm here to talk about that.
Benefit rider.
Yeah, a power of attorney. You got a power of attorney. Who's your power of attorney?
Who's your power of attorney?
Let's talk about it. Yeah, you know what? When people see something as a benefit, and this is what disqualifies a leader, is when you're dealing with the sheep, specifically the sheep of Christ that belong the flock of the Most High. When you do, that's why Christ told Peter, "If you love me, feed my sheep." When you're dealing with the sheep, you have to give because they belong to Christ, not because you have an expectation on the back end that something's coming back to you.
That's a major point.
He said, "Yet have what?"
Says, yet have thou patience with the man in poor estate, and delay not to show him mercy.
It says, "And delay not to show him what?"
to show the mercy.
The only reason why people would not want to have patience with somebody in a poor state and why somebody would take a long time to show them mercy is because I ain't getting paid enough. I'm not getting paid enough to have patience with you, and I'm not getting paid enough to show you mercy. Let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is, because that's what it is. Because if it wasn't what it is, it wouldn't be in the Bible. Because people serve for money. That's why Peter is going straight into what a leader looks like. He's saying, you elders, make sure you ain't doing this for money. You call yourself a leader. You call yourself an overseer. You call yourself a friend. You call yourself a parent. You call yourself a master or a teacher. You call yourself whatever. But at the bottom line is, why are you doing it? And will you do it when there's no benefit? And will you do it when there's no reward? It wouldn't be in here as a point of emphasis if this wasn't what people and wasn't the intention behind people's work. I gotta see gains. I gotta see some gains, man. I gotta see something coming my way. I need a food stamp card. I need a checking account. I need a banking account. I need some dividends. I need some earned income credit. I need something. Something got to make this worth it. What about the well-being of the sheep? What about the development of the sheep? Is that not enough? What about the spiritual well-being of that individual? Is that not enough? Why does it have to have something attached to it?
Do they have a general relief funds down here in Texas?
Say it again.
General relief funds down here?
When you say general relief fund, what is that?
So they call it GR, and they just give you like, it's for, I guess, some people on welfare don't get it.
Well, you know, they have TANF. TANF is somewhat like a general relief fund where you can get paid cash, or they load a card for you and you can buy stuff on a TANF beyond just food stamps.
Yeah, I don't think it's just for people on welfare.
Am I wrong? Anybody ever had TANF? How does TANF work?
You get a one-time payment for $1,000.
A one-time payment for $1,000?
Or if your condition should meet certain income requirements. It's been a while, but you can get a monthly. It's kind of attached to your EBT card. That's why sometimes when you swipe it, it'll say, do you want to use Cash or do you want to use Snap?
Oh, you could use either one.
Yeah, it's on one card.
It's on one card, so it's added. It's loaded. It's preloaded. It's $1,000 preloaded on the card.
Well, they'll do it like that, and then that's all you get. Yeah, or either it's a monthly one. So it's like two different types.
Oh, okay, or it's a
You have to
monthly.
be severely poor to get that regular.
To get it on a regular basis, to get TANF on a regular basis, you got to be rock bottom, pretty much.
So giving extra to the poor, little more extra.
So that general relief fund. Say it again, sis.
I said, to get that monthly with that TANF, you also have to put your baby daddy on food stamps. I mean, like on a child support.
You got to incriminate your baby daddy in order to get. Turn him in.
And what's the money?
$1,000. We got $1,000 a month going to anybody that turn their baby daddy in.
A lot of people just say, I don't know who that is.
Is that a general relief fund? That's it.
They just say, I don't know who the baby daddy is.
Okay, man. Well, it is what it is. But now we understand. Sister online said she had it years ago. It used to be monthly. She had said it may have changed. It's like food stamps. They'll load it. They'll load it every month. Okay, so that's what. Okay, understood. So that general relief you were asking about the general relief for work.
It's just more help for the poor, for the extremely poor in the state.
Yeah.
You gotta give them more help instead of just being backing off, standoffish.
Some people need additional help beyond just some food stamps.
Like,
Is what you're saying.
I know I work for insurance for older people, and I know we have a card we call the dispensable card.
A dispensable card.
But they have to be chronically ill. So, but they get a cash, like say, I don't know.
Allowance? They get it like a monthly allowance?
Each month
Yes.
that they can use to pay their utility bill, towards their rent.
It's like an expense account.
Yeah, but they get it monthly, but the only thing is they have to, this year, I think it's because of the American, the beautiful big bill or whatever, but this year they have to have some type of chronic illness to even be able to use it towards that.
To use it towards that, to use it for their bills.
Because they are low income.
Okay.
It's like their prescriptions is the same way. They have to be considered below poverty to even get assistance with their prescriptions. It's called a LIS is what it's called. So it's like a low income subsidy. So they only pay for their prescriptions like, I don't know, say $5.
Yeah, they get as for opposed to $20. So they get a reduced rate on their prescriptions, and then you get an additional stipend for bills, electricity, water. But you got to be basically chronically ill in order to get that. Understood. Well, the most when it comes to the Most High sheep, what as a leader, what Peter is saying is the motivation and the intention behind why you serve these sheep has to be genuine. It has to be genuine. It's not so much the reverse of what I can gain and what I can get out of this, more so than it is what can I do for this individual? How can I assist this individual? How can I improve this person? How can I benefit this individual's life? How can I add value to them? How can I give them more understanding? How can I improve their situation and circumstance? So the reasons and the motivations behind leadership has to be sincere.
Yeah.
It has to be right. And if not, that's when Christ has a problem with people in leadership positions. Because he said in Matthew 23, what about judgment? What about mercy? What about faith? Who gives a damn the little sacrifices that you do as a leader for the church? What about the things that matter to the flock? So he said, what? I think using Ecclesiastes 29.
29 and 9 now.
You read verse 8 and 9.
Come on, verse 8. Yet have thou patience with the man in poor estate, and delay not to show him mercy.
And we know why people don't want to have patience for people. Because they don't pay enough. And we know why it takes a long time for me to come out of myself to want to even help somebody. Because it doesn't pay enough. It just doesn't benefit. And when it doesn't benefit me to trouble myself with other people and their problems, then I don't want to feed the sheep. The sheep is not that important to me. When in actuality, the whole way, the entire way that Christ classifies whether you love him or not is determined by how you feed his sheep. The whole proof behind your love for Christ is predicated upon how you feed his sheep. That's the evidence. But regardless of the evidence that Christ requires to demonstrate our love for him, we still have to be motivated carnally to want to give to the sheep. Because it troubles me. It bothers me. It doesn't benefit me to suffer for the sheep. Then why pretend to be a leader then? If you don't want to be inconvenienced, why pretend to be a leader? Why pretend to care? When it's not in you to do it. So the motivations of leadership, the intention has to be right. Otherwise, Christ got a problem with it. Read on.
Verse 9. Help the poor for the commandment's sake.
It says help the poor for what?
For the commandment's sake.
Because the commandments say help the poor. If you don't got enough to do it, you don't have enough reason to do it because you care enough, at least do it for the Bible's sake. Do it because the Lord told you to do it then. And does it have to go to that level and to that degree to where I don't have enough mercy and care and love in me to want to extend myself to people that I got to at least do it for the commandment's sake? Do it because the God told me to do it. If that's the reason why you got to do it, so be it. If you're empty on love, you're empty on patience, you're empty on time, and you're empty on care, and you're empty on desire, at least do it because the Bible said so. But is that really a good reason?
No.
Because then I'm doing it only because I'm told to do it. I'm not doing it because I want to do it. It's not willingly. He said, do it for what?
Help the poor for the commandment's sake.
Read.
And turn him not away.
And do what?
Turn him not away.
And turn him not away. Read.
Because of his poverty.
Is it because of his poverty or because he don't benefit you?
Because of his poverty.
Is it because of his poverty or because you don't bring nothing to the table for me?
Because of his poverty.
So why do we turn people away? Truthfully, it's because I don't get paid enough to do this.
Yeah, the pay's not on par with the BS.
Yeah, it's it's not on par. It's true. You know how many people to do this work that we do, to be in the truth, you have to accept that a lot of the things that you're doing in the truth is going to be primarily one way. It's going to be the benefits to the people. The sheep benefit. The sheep have to eat. You'll eat on the back end some other time. You'll eat later down the line, but for now, the sheep have to eat. And you have to adopt this mentality early, otherwise you'll struggle with this as you get into leadership positions, and you'll become vexed with the sheep and the needs of the sheep because you haven't accepted the fact that it's about them, not about you. So the sheep will vex you. Shit, if you don't understand this, excuse my language, your children will vex you. If you don't understand that it's about these kids and it's not about me. When am I going to get some sleep? Anybody thought about when I need some sleep? Nobody cared that can I take a nap? How about I sleep in the back seat with y'all? Who going to drive then? How come everybody get to go to sleep in the back seat but me? You have to be okay. And you have to accept that as a parent, you're not going to be the primary beneficiary to any type of effort. As a parent, as a mother or a father, the kids come first. The needs of the children come first. And it's no different in leadership. As a leader, for those that are acquiring to be leaders, desiring to be leaders, and leadership comes in different forms. It's not all just officers, captains, soldiers, generals. It's not just leaders or bishops or deacons. It's not only just in churches, but leadership roles are in a lot of different arenas. But a leadership role is taking the responsibility over other matters, other people's matters. And if you're going to take the responsibility over other people's matters, you have to do it specifically when it comes to the sheep of Christ. You have to do it for the right reason. You have to care. You have to do it for the right reason. If you don't, because truth be told, it doesn't pay enough. Not in this life. The payment is in the next life. You don't get paid enough in this life to deal with the kind of inconveniences that the sheep will put you through. You got to be motivated. You better be inspired. It's sometimes it's the level, depending on the level of sickness that a person has. You wouldn't want to get paid that amount of money to deal with that level of sickness. There's no amount of money that somebody could pay you anyway to deal with certain people's sickness. So it has to be more than just financial. It has to be more than just monetary. It has to be more than just a benefit on the back end because of the work that I'm willing to put in for Christ's sheep. There's got to be more to it. And that's why Peter is really emphasizing, be about the sheep. Feed the sheep. He's exhorting the elders, feed the sheep. Why? Because that point was driven into him by Christ. Peter, lovest thou me more than these? Yes, Lord. Feed my lambs. Peter, lovest thou me more than these? Yes, Lord. Feed my sheep. Peter, lovest thou me more? Yes, Lord. I love you. Well, feed my sheep. What's the point he's driving? Feed these sheep, man. It's not about you. It's about them. You wonder why things are not in order? It's because our priorities are not in order. That's why the Most High don't bless certain situations. Because my priorities aren't in order. It's not about the sheep. It's about me. Real leadership is about you being a benefit to them. Them not necessarily being a benefit to you. That's real leadership. Back in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3 says, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage.
And we gotta, man, before we even go there, I'll read this for me real quick. It's in Philo. Read this right here. Read this right here. For in reality, just this part right here, I want you to stop at children.
Covered.
Read that right there. Hold on, let me put it up. Let me put up. Read the page number.
Page 634. Page 634. Follow. Point 184.
All right, go ahead.
For in reality.
It says, for in reality. What point is Philo making? He says, for in reality, read on.
A ruler.
He says, a ruler or somebody in charge. Somebody that's ruling the household. Somebody that's ruling the church. Somebody that's ruling the congregation. Somebody that's ruling a job, a specific job. Or has the oversight of a specific administration. This is just somebody in charge. This is a leader in essence. He says, for in reality, a ruler, read on.
Ought.
He says a ruler ought to what?
To stand up in defense.
It says instead of trying to extract,
Yep.
instead of trying to gain, instead of trying to receive, instead of trying to reap reward. He said in reality, a ruler should what?
Ought to stand up.
Ought to stand up and do what?
In defense
For what?
of his subjects.
So instead of trying to take from the subjects,
Yep.
extract from the subjects, I should be standing up for the subjects. I should be trying to defend the subjects, supporting the subjects. Read on.
As a father.
He says, so a leader, if you're going to be a leader in this program, in essence, you are practicing becoming other people's what?
Father.
You're practicing being other people's fathers. You're standing in a position of the flocks of a father figure to the flock. Or to sisters, becoming elder sisters, you're stepping into the shoes and position of being motherly figures to the flock. And it's not about what you can gain from anybody. It's about what you can offer the people. That's what people don't understand about the Bible. That's why people have problems with churches. People have problems with church because they don't feel like the congregation's benefiting. The congregation isn't getting anything. In truth, a congregation is supposed to be getting fed spiritually.
Yep.
In truth, a congregation is supposed to be getting protected and defended, not alienated and isolated. And left to suffer. He said you're supposed to be like a father. Read on.
Like it says, to stand up in defense of his subjects as a father would in defense of his children.
It says like a father would in defense of his children. We're going to come right back to it. We're going to read the rest of it in just a minute. But before we get that, can we see this in the Bible? 2 Corinthians chapter 12, read verse 15.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 15. And I will very gladly spend and be spent for you.
What did Paul say?
And I will very gladly spend.
He said, when it comes to me, this is what Paul's saying. He says, when it comes to his flock, when it comes to his church, when it comes to his congregation, Paul said what?
And I will very gladly spend.
He said, when it comes to me, I'll spend on you. Or I'll spend myself. I'll exhaust myself. He says, I'll gladly do what?
I will very gladly spend and be spent for you.
And be spent for you. I'll exhaust myself for you. Does that sound like a good parent?
Yeah.
Isn't that a good father? A good father that exhausts himself for his children? That makes sure that the children has their needs met and fulfilled? Isn't that a good mother that don't mind exhausting themselves for the children and going the extra mile for the children and do it with a smile and do it with joy? Don't that sound like good parents?
Yeah.
That's how a church is supposed to be. Church is supposed to be the same way. That's what Paul is saying. For this body, for this congregation, I don't mind going the extra mile, not reaping the rewards or the benefits of this exchange, of this duty and responsibility that the Most High put me in as a leader. It don't bother me to be spent and tired and exhausted and drained for the work of the body. Because does that not bother people?
Yeah.
Does that not get old? Does not late nights get old? Does not coming home late and trying to figure out what you're going to eat at the last minute? Sorry, like one. So you gotta make a decision. Do you try to cook a full meal at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Nope.
You try to?
No, sir.
Or you just try to? I'm trying to put something on my stomach, man.
Put some cereal.
Yeah, that mean you got cereal, you ain't got no milk. What happened when the milk is spent?
Oh no.
That's what happened to me today.
Oh.
Thought I was gonna get a bowl of cereal with no milk. You got, hey, water, hey, you going there, man?
No.
You taking it back to the hood? You know what I mean? You gotta. Well, I'll say this. Back in the day, we had powdered milk.
Oh my goodness.
We had powdered milk. So you take them flakes, and it's just basically milk flakes, and you just reconstitute milk flakes with water. And you stir that up real good. Stir the milk flakes up until they dissolve, and they turn into a fake milk. And then you add that to the cereal. Then you put a whole bunch of sugar on it. A whole bunch of sugar where you get to the bottom of the bowl. No, it's only fake milk and lumps of sugar at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you try to spice it up, try to jazz it up with some cinnamon. I'm gonna make cinnamon toast crunch. Yeah, that's an artificial cinnamon toast crunch. But if you're a good parent, are you okay, and do you mind depleting yourself for the household? No. Neither should it bother you as a leader in this congregation or in this church to spend yourself, to deplete yourself, to give yourself without reward, without benefit. Because a lot of times we put a stipulation on our servitude. I can only do this for so long as I have this. I can only do this for so long as I can see some type of benefit and I can at least pay my car note. I can only do this for so long as I can pay my rent. Well, guess what? And this truth, and as Dalia's been around for a while, as long as myself, do you always guarantee the car note? Are you always guaranteed the car note in this truth?
Oh, no, sir.
Have you ever had a repossession? Have you ever had a
I've had
repossession?
2 of them.
Yes, you've had 2 of them. Have you ever been evicted by my good sir?
They've been kicked the hell out.
Yeah. In the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah. Which
In public.
in Texas is supposed to be illegal.
Yeah.
In Texas, if it rains, technically they're not supposed to kick you out. You have to wait till the next dry day. And then so if it rains, you get another day until the nearest dry day. As soon as it dries up or stop raining, then the sheriff come in and kick you out. But you was in Georgia.
They didn't have that law.
They didn't have that law. So to the rain we go.
Yeah.
So, but are you still here?
Okay.
Are you still serving?
Life is good, huh?
Does that still bother you?
No.
Is that a stipulation now that you're holding against Christ? I'll keep serving as long as this don't happen to me no more.
This is day in the life. Things get better.
It is not that way, because it's not going to be that way. Because when you step into leadership positions, you're not, regardless of what happens to you, it doesn't change the need of the body and the need for the body. Doesn't matter what condition you're in on a personal level. Your personal level position really is irrelevant. And that's all that Paul is confirming right here. Read that one more time.
Come, verse 15. And I would very gladly spend and be spent for you.
What does that mean? Is he speaking Chinese?
No.
Well, does anybody know what it means to feel spent?
Come.
Where you're exhausted? Where you feel like, now I don't know if I can keep going.
Get your life force drained.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. It's a real battle. Of course, we know what that means. But can you be spent for Christ? Can you be spent for a sheep? If you're going to be a good leader, you'll adopt this mentality. You'll adopt this mentality if you're going to be a good leader. You'll adopt this mentality that it's going to cost. Leadership costs. You know what it costs? Your body and your time. It costs a little fatigue. That's all. It costs a little exhaustion. That's all. It costs some long days and some long nights. That's all. But who gets fed? The sheep get fed. They get fed. The sheep get fed off of your exhaustion. Just like a good parent, when the children are well fed and well nourished and well educated and well trained, but mommy and daddy is tired.
Yeah.
In order to create that kind of stability in a household, somebody's going to be tired. Somebody's going to be real tired. Somebody got 2 jobs. Sometimes 3.
Read that.
Sometimes 3 jobs. To create that kind of stability in a household requires a lot of work. Sometimes there's some health complications with it too, when that kind of work is being done. So Paul said what? One more time, because I love what he's saying.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 15. And I would very gladly spend and be spent for you, though the more abundantly I love you.
He says, though the more abundantly I love you. Hold on. we're gonna come back to this. This is such a great point. You know what? Forget it. Read it anyway. I want to come back to. I want to strike while it's hot, man, and solidify the point. Read that one more time. I'm not gonna save it for later. Read it right now.
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 15. And I will very gladly spend and be spent for you,
Go ahead.
though the more abundantly I love you.
It says, you know what the truth of it is? The stronger your love is for the people around you, the more love, the more care and concern that you have in your heart to your people. Read on.
Though the more abundantly I love you, the less I be loved.
You know what the truth of it is? You're going to be pushed to the back burner. That's just the nature of what it means to give yourself to other people. That means that in order for other people to increase around you, you must decrease.
Okay.
That means that the relationship will extremely be one-sided based on how much love you got. If you don't got a whole lot of love, you're going to be fighting for 50-50 attention. What about me? Anybody think about me? I'm tired too. I'm hungry too. How come everybody wash my clothes? Anybody think about me? You're not having those arguments. You're not having those arguments when you got a whole lot of love in you. What did grandma always say? For those that had good grandmas. Don't worry about me, baby. You take care of yourself. Grandma gonna be all right. Why would grandma say that? Don't worry about me. God gonna take care of me. Don't grandma say that? It's about you, baby. Get your life right. Work it out with your husband. Work it out with your wife. Take care of them grandbabies. Put your energy on them. Don't worry about me. Don't grandma say that? You know why? Because their love tank is full. That's why they put themselves on the back burner. People that can't put themselves on the back burner really don't have a whole lot of love in them. People that fight for equivalent position and attention. Did you forget who's supposed to be getting fed? Is it you supposed to be getting fed or the sheep getting fed? Who's there for who? Are you there for them or they're there for you? If you don't have a whole lot of love, you will not like the fact that the majority of the attention, the resources, the time, and all these other things go to other people. So you don't mind that when you got a lot of love. Paul has figured something out. Paul has figured out that the more that I love the sheep, the less that I be what?
Love.
That means I barely exist. I barely exist. I'm just here. It ain't even about me. It's about these sheep. If you don't have this mentality as a leader, then you need to really reevaluate your parenthood. You need to really evaluate your brotherhood. You need to really evaluate your position in the congregation. Because there has to be an acceptance to the fact that you are not that important. But that's only based upon the fact that it's only because you care about more people than yourself. I don't know if I can explain it any better than he already explained it.
Oh, perfect.
I can't explain it no better than that. Go back to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3.
1 Peter 5, verse 3. Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage.
It says, so when you get a position of leadership, whether the Most High bless you and you are now a new parent to a new child, and you're a new mother or a new father, you're still a lord, you're still a master, you're still an overseer, you still have a dutiful responsibility to oversee the flock. The Most High, those are your children, but the Most High blessed you with those children. Those are His children. Those are His sheep. Your kids are still His sheep. He said, do what?
Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage.
Let's explain this a little bit. Luke chapter 22. Let's read verse 25.
Luke 22 and 25. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them.
The Christ breaks this down of what type of Lord not to be. What type of overseer not to be. What type of brother not to be. What type of sister not to be. What type of parent not to be. Officer not to be. Captain not to be. General not to be. Whatever. Anybody with a position of leadership. There's things that you should do. There's things that you shouldn't do. He says, read it again.
And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them.
He says the kings of the Gentiles exercise what?
Lordship over them.
He says, so we're going to explain what does he mean when he says the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them. Read on.
And they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
Get the definition of benefactors.
God.
Because he's explaining the conditions of a relationship between the subjects and the leaders. In the world, there's a way that you're looked at and you will be treated, whether you're a subservient individual, whether you're in a smaller position where you don't have any say-so.
Yeah.
You're not dictating the terms and conditions of the job.
You're subordinate.
You're a subordinate. And you have to follow. There's a way in the world, the way people that are in authority treat the people that are not in authority. Treat their subjects or their subordinates. There's the world's way. There's the biblical way. So Christ is about to explain the world's way of what leadership looks like and servitude looks like versus the biblical way of servitude looks like in leadership. Read on.
Benefactor.
He said they call them what? The ones that are lords are also called benefactors. Why is the Lord called a benefactor? Read.
He who confers a benefit.
It says he who what?
Confers a benefit.
He who confers, who is reaping the benefits. The benefactor is the ones that reap the benefits. So as if I'm in the world, that you respect the head person in charge. If you don't respect the boss, you don't respect the supervisor, you're out of there. They can you. You get canceled. Because they have the final say and they have the most authority. The authority is given to them because they're the bosses. They're the supervisors. They're the managers. They're the CEOs, whatever, so on and so forth. They're the night shift leaders. They're the team leaders, so on and so forth. In the world, the leaders have say-so. They're called benefactors. And the benefactor, read that again, Kariah.
He who confers a benefit, especially one who makes charitable contributions.
It says, and because they make charitable contributions, read on.
Either for public institutions or for private use.
Go ahead.
That's all I got.
Okay, so let's say, for example, veterans. San Antonio was called Military City, USA. Right? That's another name, a term, an actual term for San Antonio. Military City, USA, because at one point in time we had about 5 active military bases in San Antonio. They've been privatized. We're down to about 3. But there's still a variety of Air Force installations, National Guard installations. There's even medical, the national medical training facilities are done here in San Antonio. The Air Force basic training is done here in San Antonio. So there's still a lot of military activity in San Antonio. Matter of fact, the new Space Force program is initiated right here in San Antonio for the new Space Force that they came out with. All that is done here in San Antonio. So if you're a veteran in San Antonio, you would reap the majority of discounts, of benefits, just about from anywhere in any way, any place you go in San Antonio. All you have to do is show a military ID in San Antonio, and you will get buku discounts. You will get movie tickets discounts. You get hotel discounts. You get food, restaurant. Damn near any place you go, you get car discounts. And if you buy a house, you're going to get a VA benefit, and you'll get a discount on the interest rate. You get a VA loan because they really push the benefits for veterans. Or, to say this in another way, if you are a first responder, if you're EMS, if you're fire or police, if you're a first responder, you reap benefits. You're selected out of the class of society as patrons to receive the greatest benefits. The free meals or the discounted meals, the 50% off, the 10% off, the 20% off. You deserve, as a first responder, due to your duty, due to your obligations and your commitments, you deserve the benefits. The benefits should go to you because of the work that you do. That's how it's instituted. That's how authority and treatment is instituted in the world. But that is not how authority and treatment is instituted in the Bible. Read on. Now let that go since we got that point. Let's go back to read where he says in the benefactors.
Come, 25 from the top. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
So we know what the benefactors are. They're the recipients of all the benefits because of their service, because of their work. So they receive the prestige. They receive the notoriety. Shit, even Whataburger. Even you go to Whataburger, you get free coffee.
Oh wow!
You don't got to pay for coffee no more. All you got to do is just show a military ID, and they just pour you up. You get a choice too. You get the iced coffee or you get the regular coffee. All you got to do is just show your military ID. You're a benefactor, and you reap the benefits. That's one less bill off your plate. One less Starbucks bill, huh?
Yeah.
So it says they do what?
It says, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But ye shall not be so.
But in the scriptures, in the Bible, in the church, he says you shall not be so. Meaning what? What is that? What did Christ just explain right here?
You don't get that. You don't get with the Gentiles.
There is no card that you're gonna pull out that's gonna get you a benefit. I got my military ID. Anybody take military ID? You can do that. You can do that in the world, but in the church, Guess what? Well, you know, I did a whole lot of work. I've been in the camp for 10 years, 15 years.
Couldn't know.
I will say this, because we have a business, and some people throw away junk out their house. Brothers that have right will get first dibs on the junk. brothers will argue like, "Hey, brother, is anybody gonna do something with that TV right there? I need that TV." You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what service ribbon you get? You get the fact that you got a chance to feed Christ's sheep. That's the service ribbon you got for your service in the camp. You got an opportunity to freely, with joy, feed the flock of the Most High's pasture. And you got to say that you did. But as far as getting some additional benefits, additional rewards, additional accommodations, because you did the work of Christ, Christ said in this realm, it don't go like that. It's actually, he'll explain it. Read on.
It says, but ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you.
It says, but he that is greatest among you don't receive all the benefits and rewards. He said, he that's greatest among you. Read on.
Let him be as the younger.
Go ahead. Let him be as the lower ranking. He gets the least amount of dignity. He gets the least amount of accommodations. He gets the least amount of benefits. You don't even get benefits on a job unless you work about at least 6 months in the world.
Yeah.
You got to at least have put 6 months in on the job before they even give you some benefits. You think you don't get some benefits in the truth then? If you do, God bless you. If you don't, keep serving. And it shouldn't change anything. Read.
And he that is chief, as he that doth serve.
He says, and if you're going to be as chief, the higher you go up the rank, guess what a bigger person you are? You're a bigger servant, not a bigger recipient. You're not a bigger dignitary. You're not a bigger benefactor. You're actually on the bottom. You depreciate in value. You depreciate in honor and esteem. That's why Paul said, the more I love, the truth of it is, the more I'll be loved. That's the truth. Read on.
Verse 27. For whether is greater.
He said, which one is greater? Read on.
He that sitteth at meat.
He said, the one sitting down getting served?
Or he that serveth.
Read.
Is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth.
He said, listen, my position, Christ made his position clear. He is not a benefactor. He's not getting special privileges. He's not getting special accommodations. He's not receiving discounts and rewards. He said, the position that Christ said he's taken is what?
As he that serveth.
He said that's his position. And guess what? When you want a leadership position, you have to accustom yourself with the position of a servant. You have to get familiar with that. And that position has to be an acceptable position. You have to be accepting of that. That you are last. You will not be first. It's about the sheep. The sheep are priority in the Most High's kingdom. In the Most High's rule of priorities, the sheep are first, not the person on top. It's actually the ones on bottom. Read that one more time.
Come, verse 27. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth? Is not he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. Ye are they which have continued.
Stop right there. Let me get that definition of Karai that you had of benefactors.
Benefactor. He who confers a benefit.
It says he who confers a what?
A benefit.
It says he who confers a benefit. Read.
Especially one who makes charitable contributions, either for public institutions or for private use.
In the world, you reap benefits for serving your country. In the world, you reap benefits for serving your nation. In the world, you reap benefits for being a good public servant. Ain't no rewards. The rewards go to the sheep. The benefits go to the sheep. That's how the Most High quantifies things. They reap the benefits. He said you don't get the titles conferred as a benefactor. Read this for me, Dawiyat. Give me this right here. Give me this part. But those men.
Stop right there. Stop right here. Stop.
No, I want the part where it says those men that acquire right here. But those men.
Cover. All right. Those men.
Yeah, but those men.
Page 634, Philo, point 185. But those men who acquired.
Hold on. Before we get there, finish James. We never finished James. We was in James chapter 2 and read verse 5. We didn't finish James.
James chapter 2 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Hearken, my beloved brethren.
It said, pay attention, my beloved brethren. That's what James said. Pay attention. Listen, my beloved brethren. Read on.
Have not the Most High
It says, have not the Most High. Read.
chosen the poor of this world?
Who is selected as the more important or as the priority? The benefactors like the Gentiles do? The public servants? The military? The first responders? Those that serve this country or nation? Or who does the Most High say that he chose?
Have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world?
For what purpose?
Rich in faith.
Rich in faith to do what?
And heirs of the kingdom.
It says they are what?
Heirs of the kingdom.
Did he say the benefactors are heirs to the kingdom?
The poor of this world, rich in faith.
It says the poor of this world, rich in faith. Read on.
And heirs of the kingdom.
Guess who the Most High is putting into the kingdom? The ones that are not thought about in the world. But in the world, the ones that are the public servants, they receive the more honor. In the truth, the more honor goes to the poor that's rich in faith. It's actually opposite. How the Most High looks at value and looks at people is not how the world looks at people. The Most High cares more about the poor that's rich in faith than he does about a national hero. More than he cares about a national hero. Because they got benefits. They get accommodations. They get esteem. They get notoriety. They get streets named after them. They get hospitals named after them. They get elementary schools named after them. Don't let you be an astronaut. You might get a school named after you. You might get a university named after you. You might get your face on a stamp. They get notoriety. But do they in this country, do they put the poor, rich in faith on a stamp? Do they name a school after them? No, they don't. They're outside right now, hoping and wishing that somebody pay attention to them, waiting on the Lord to come through. So that the benefits are reversed in the kingdom. So that's why we have to get accustomed to treating those people that will inherit the kingdom in due time anyway as priority, because they are priority. We just got to start behaving like it and treating people like it. If I don't comprehend this, then I'm actually working backwards. I'm not gathering the flock, I'm scattering the flock. Read that one more time, verse 5.
James chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him?
He says that a promise to them that what?
Love him.
That love him. And how does the Most High know you love him?
Feed his sheep.
How did Christ know you love him?
Feed his sheep.
Feed his sheep. That's how you know you love him. Feeding the sheep is the priority in this life that we live in right now. There shouldn't be no other greater job or duty or any greater concern or any other greater position that you take in this life than caring and feeding about the Most High sheep. If that's not priority, then you got to reevaluate your priorities. You got to reevaluate. Because just like any other kingdom, did all the world's kingdoms last forever?
No.
Is this kingdom going to last forever? No, it will not. So reaping rewards in this kingdom is only temporary anyway. But what you do for his sheep is eternal. Read that right there, 185. He says,
185. But those men who acquire great power.
It says, but if you're going to be a person who seeks to acquire great power, great leadership, great authority, to be in charge. Read on.
And authority.
Read.
To the injury and damage of their subjects.
Read it one more time.
But those men who acquire great power and authority to the injury.
They do it to the what?
To the injury.
But if I'm stepping into a leadership position, but I'm injuring the flock, I'm damaging the flock, I'm unmerciful to the flock, I'm unjust to the flock. Read.
And damage of their subjects.
And I damage the people that I'm supposed to be watching over. I'm ruining the flock. Read.
Ought to be entitled.
It says they should be entitled. Just like a benefactor is entitled and receives accommodation. He said they should have a title. But what should their title be?
Not rulers.
It says they shouldn't be called rulers. They should be called what?
But enemies.
It says you should have a new name. Enemies. And that Greek word for enemy is ekthros. You should have a new Hebrew name. If you're going to be damaging, injuring the flock, you should be Brother Ekthros.
Yeah.
Or Sister Ekthros. I'm just, make me laugh. But, because I'm going to tell you what it means. They say enemies, that's what it means, Ekthros in Greek. It means hateful. How do I damage the flock?
With hate.
Hateful, hostile, hating and opposing another, odious.
Oh, yeah. It's a major point.
What does odious mean?
Odious. Hateful. Deserving hatred.
It says deserving hatred. What else?
I got you.
It says,
What else you got?
it says
Then we get Dawiyat. No, read yours.
It says offensive to the senses. Disgusting.
It says offensive to the senses, disgusting. What you got, Dawiyat?
This is right here. This is basic. This is odious. Extremely unpleasant.
So, read that part again and follow.
There's 2 points though. It says, but those men who acquire great power.
So if you're an authority, if you're a young officer, you're a captain, you're an armor bearer, you're officer 100, officer 500, officer of 1,000. If you got rank, if you're even a soldier in here, and we ain't saying this for our men in here, we can't control and dictate and do and set a standard and a bar for every other Israelite camp, but we can at least set a bar for this camp. He said, but if you're in a position of leadership, read on.
It says power and authority to the injury.
And you're injuring the flock. How am I injuring the flock? What else?
And damage.
And I'm damaging the flock. How?
Of their subjects ought to be entitled, not rulers, but enemies.
But that word enemies means odious. It means ekthros. It means odious.
Odious. Odious means 2 things. Extremely unpleasant, and the second one is repulsive. Your actions, your words, your disposition, your shortness of speech, how you dictate things, and your decisions repel people. You're not pulling people to Christ, you're pushing people from Christ, which is repulsive, to repulse, to push away.
Read that definition one more time. I'm writing it down. He said
odious, Oxford language. It says extremely unpleasant.
So, can you destroy the flock through your attitude?
Sure can. Sure can.
Can you destroy the flock from your nature, from your cold nature?
Yeah.
Could you damage the flock by your ill treatment? You can. And that's the problem that Christ has with the Pharisees. Go back to Matthew 23. This time read verse 37.
Has a couple more similars.
We'll get to it in a second.
It says, verse 37.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 23 and 37. Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem.
This is why Christ was begging. He said, "Oh Jerusalem, oh Jerusalem." What was Christ's message to Jerusalem? Read.
Thou that killest the prophets,
He says, "Y'all kill the prophets." Read on.
and stonest them,
He
which
said,
are,
"You kill them and you stone them." Read on.
and stonest them which are sent unto thee.
He says, "These people are sent to you and to help you, and y'all stone them." Read on.
How often would I have gathered thy children together?
Christ said, "The way you treat people is not how I would treat people. The way you talk to people is not how I would talk to people." He says, "How often would the way I do things, the way I tend to my flock, the way I treat my flock, the way I deal with my flock, the way I cater to my flock?" He said, "I would have done what?"
Even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings.
He says, "To my flock, I would have put my flock like a chicken gathered her hens under her wings." What does that mean? I would have protected them. I would protect the flock. I don't know if y'all ever seen the little nature show where they have these they have this bird that he got long skinny legs and he walks on lily pads. It's a bird that specifically walks on lily pads. It's lily pad walking.
White?
No, it's just a little brown bird, and the mother is off hunting, and the father is the one that's on daddy duty with the new chicks. And the lily pads are in crocodile infested waters. Y'all go check it out when y'all get a chance. But when the father sees a crocodile, he makes this little chirp sound. And then the babies freeze. They just don't move. The babies on the lily pad, they just don't move. And then when the crocodile swims off, he goes over and he opens his wing up and he put him on his wing. And he picks another one up, and then he goes to get another one, then he goes and get another one. Then he has like 4 or 5 little chicks on his wing, and he walk off and get them to safety. And then he drop them down once they're safe. But think about the Most High's nature to create an animal that can recognize danger. A bird of all sorts that can recognize danger and be willing to put the babies under his wing. If we're made in the Most High's image, are not these animals also made in his image?
Okay.
What kind of compassion is that? What kind of nurturing is that when you see somebody that need help? Do you have the mind frame to go in and put them under your wing, or because they're slowing you down? They repulse you because they can't keep up with you. They can't keep up with you. They're slowing you down. You don't got it yet? How come I got to keep showing you and telling you over and over? Damn, are you stupid? When are you going to learn? Why are you inconveniencing me with the fact that you don't understand? You know what most people do? They can't tolerate people that inconvenience them. That ain't Christ, though. Christ said, "I would have taken you and put you right under my wing. I would have protected you. I would have nurtured you. I would have made sure you was okay." But our people, especially as leaders, you got to watch how you deal with the flock. You can't be odious to the flock. And that definition, Daria, one more time.
It says odious. Oxford language. Extremely unpleasant. Then it says repulsive. Now, the similar is offensive, nauseating, sickening.
How can you be a leader and you're sick of his flock? The flock of the Most High makes you sick. The Most High's people make you sick. They get under your skin. They get on your nerves. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand you. You're damaging the flock if you don't have enough patience for his flock. If you can't tolerate his flock, you're damaging his flock.
So right here it says poisonous.
You're poisoning the flock if you can't tolerate and show mercy and have patience with the flock. Give me 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 3 says, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage.
So now we understand what a Lord is. A Lord is somebody that puts themselves first. The sheep are not first. They have little tolerance and little respect for people in low-ranking positions. And they're disgusted. The mistakes of the low-ranking disgust them. The fact that I got to be inconvenienced by your ignorance bothers me. I'm repulsed at the fact that you don't got it yet. You haven't learned. How many times I got to tell you? You haven't got this yet? It's not a good parent. A good parent is patient. A good parent is merciful. Same as a good leader. Same as a good elder. Same as a good teacher. If you don't have the patience for your children or your people, you got a problem with the Most High, because you got a problem with his flock. You're stepping in the realm of being a Pharisee. And we know how Christ felt about them. Because you're not sensitive. You're not sensitive in who you're dealing with. You're not sensitive in who you're talking to. You just think because these are your kids. They're not just your kids. These are the Most High sheep. That's not just these are just young men. These are not just young men. These are the Most High sheep. I can't stand that person. That ain't just a person. That's the Most High sheep. Read that again.
Right. Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being an example.
You're supposed to be a what?
Example.
No, you're supposed to be an enemy of theirs.
Example.
You're supposed to have odious, extremely offensive behavior towards them.
But being an example.
An example is a mold for imitation. Instead of being inconvenienced and angry, with zero tolerance and mercy and patience, you're supposed to be an example. You're supposed to be a model or a mold for imitation. So if you want the best out of the people around you, show them what that looks like. Stop getting mad because people haven't evolved faster than you want them to evolve. Then why don't you show them then? Why don't you demonstrate what you want them to see? Why don't you become what you need them to be? Why don't you be that first? Before you start demanding change from everybody else and being sick of people because they're not changing fast enough. And they're causing you some inconvenience. How we look at the Most High sheep is crooked. If you're going to be any kind of leader, any kind of authority, any kind of parent, you got to understand what the expectation of the Most High in Christ is first. It's not about you. It's about them. And if you're frustrated at them, you're damaging them. He said you're supposed to be an ensample, which is a model or a mold for imitation. This is described, let's go to Mark chapter 10, verse 43. This is described in Mark chapter 10, verse 43. Read that.
Mark chapter 10, verse 43. But so shall it not be among you. But whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister.
It says whoever going to be great shall be what?
Shall be your minister.
Guess what? If you're going to be great, or if you're going to be any kind of quality, a leader of good quality, or of leadership quality, if you're going to be worth anything as a leader or a parent, take the posture of a servant. Put yourself on the bottom. Stop fighting for attention and love and focus, because you're not the focus. Stop being short, quick, and impatient with the Most High sheep. Stop getting disgusted easily at their mistakes or their ignorances. Be an example to them. Read on.
But so shall it not be among you. But whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister.
Go ahead.
And whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all.
Read.
For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister.
Go ahead.
And to give his life.
And give his life for what?
A ransom.
That is the mode for imitation that you want to be. That's what you become so that you can steer people in the direction of Christ. Stop being mad at people because of what they don't know or don't understand. Why don't you be a ransom for them? Why don't you suffer them so that they can't until they do learn? Why don't you give your life in exchange for their life so they can finally get their life together, so to speak? Why don't you put your life on hold so that they can excel in life? A lot of people don't want to do that, though. That sounds like too much like service. That sounds like too much like I don't get the benefits. That sounds like too much like I'm going to be exhausted and tired. That sounds like too much like I don't get paid enough. People don't understand what the Most High's requirement is. When you're dealing with his flock, you have to be sensitive. And you have to be willing to put yourself last so that they can grow and become first. So that they can be nurtured. Yes, sir.
Ransom in 1828 says, 24, in scripture, the price paid for a forfeited life.
The price paid for a forfeited life. So whose life is being forfeited? Yours. But you know what happens when people start forfeiting their life? They get angry. They become odious.
Yep.
Why are you so angry that you chose the position of a leader and you chose to be a follower of Christ? Why are you mad because you're in a position where you can help people, but you're getting tired and burnt out? Now you don't want to help people no more. Now you're angry because people bother you. Now people are bothering you, getting under your skin. Now you can't stand people no more. Sometimes it's your own family. Yes, sir.
I'm more odious.
That's cool with the odious. But the model for imitation is a ransom. You forfeited your life so they can have one. That shouldn't bother you. But it bothers us. Especially if it ain't paying right. Especially if that money ain't right. That money ain't right. I don't know how long I can be a ransom. I don't know. That money ain't adding up, man. This ain't looking good. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15. It's very important we understand this. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. But speaking the truth in love.
It says you got to do what?
Speaking the truth in love.
What do you have to have co-mingle with your teaching as a leader?
Speaking the truth in love.
How do you teach people?
Speaking the truth in love.
How do you deal with people as you try to care for them and nurture them as sheep?
Speaking the truth in love.
It's very important as a leader that you come from a caring position when you're trying to oversee the flock of the Most High. That means you're coming from a place of love. You're not doing this from a place of inconvenience or I'll deal with you but not for too long. I'll put up with you but hey, you're getting under my skin. You're getting on my nerves. You're not going to be a good leader. You're not going to be a good parent. You're not going to be a good teacher. If you're not coming from a loving place as you deal with the Most High sheep, then you have a problem. It's not their problem. You're the problem. Yes, sir.
So we can speak brutally honest.
We're going to get to that point. We're going to get to that point. You reading the class, and bro, you must got the notes in front of you. He said that when you come and deal and teach the flock of the Most High, you have to speak the truth in what?
The truth in love.
That means you have to come from a loving place to be a leader. You can't be a leader being a boss hog, being angry because people ask you a question, because people need something from you. Or people expect something from you? You're not coming from love. He said when you speak the truth, you must be speaking the truth in love. If you got this truth and you call yourself a teacher, you can't teach this Bible over the Most High's flock if you ain't coming from love. You can, but you got a problem with the Most High and Christ, and Christ and the Most High got a problem with you. Because now you're damaging his flock. Now you're hurting his flock. It better be from love. He said, read it again.
Con, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. But speaking the truth in love may grow up.
It said, now if you coming from a place of love and you're doing this with love in your heart, he says, what will be the result of the flock?
May grow up.
They'll do what?
May grow up.
What do they say, grow down or grow up?
Grow up.
It says that they'll grow up. The flock benefits when you come from a place of love. When you come from a place of mercy and tolerance and patience. That's how they grow. We want the flock to grow overnight because we're too tired of having to keep coping with them, dealing with them, tolerating them, putting up with them, talking to them, yelling at them, saying the same thing over and over. I gotta tell you again. You ain't figured this out yet in your life? How old are you gonna be until you figure this out? Well, you know what? Who knows? It's not on your time frame. But I tell you what, if you want them to grow, you better come from a place of love. If you want the best for them, you say you want the best for the sheep. You say you want the best for your wife, or you say you want the best for your kids, or you say you want the best for brothers and sisters. Well, if you do, then where are you coming from? If you got an irritated disposition, you're not coming from love. Read.
But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him.
It says, and the sheep are supposed to be coming. They're supposed to be coming like somebody. He says they're going to grow up unto him. Who is the him? Read.
In all things, which is the head, even Christ.
Who are you supposed to be helping the sheep transfer to?
No, Sean.
Even Christ.
Who are you supposed to be molding the sheep to look like, to behave like, to become, to think like, to act like? Your job as a leader is to mold these sheep so they can be a spitting image of Christ. You can't do that with hate in your heart. You can't teach this truth as a leader and you got disgust in your heart. You can't do it. It's two major leadership styles that are destructive to the flock of the Most High. There's two leadership styles that are destructive to development, that's destructive to growth. And hopefully we're not guilty of either one. There's two leadership styles that won't let the sheep grow. You will mold them irregular. They will become irregular sheep. They won't look like Christ. They won't think like Christ. They won't pattern themselves after Christ. They'll be irregular sheep. There's two styles of leadership that will steer them in the wrong way. What's the first one? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4.
Ephesians 6 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
It says do what?
Provoke not your children to wrath.
This is the first leadership style that either a father or a mother can do that will turn your child to be irregular. You will stunt their growth as a leader, and you will stunt their growth as sheep. They will not grow straight. They will not grow up to want to look like Christ. They won't grow up to want to be like Christ. They will grow up to want to run away from Christ. They don't want to have nothing to do with Christ when they get older. What did I do wrong? What type of leadership style did I portray to where now they're not growing up in the image of Christ? They're not growing up like a mold or pattern of Christ. What did I do wrong? Anybody? Yes, sir.
You didn't give them the examples. You didn't mold them into being what the word says one should be, which is like Christ.
But what did I do, Amiathi?
Discouraging.
I'm discouraging. I robbed them of the desire to change. You know how you rob somebody of the desire to change or be better or to grow or to even reconsider their behavior or actions?
Temperament.
It has a lot to do with temperament. It has a lot to do with your temperament. It has a lot to do with your behavior. It says, provoke unto wrath means to arouse to wrath, to cause strong irritation or annoyance, or to be rough with irregular pricks or elevations. What does that mean? That means if I keep picking at you, you ain't, man, I don't like how you do this. I don't like how you do that. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I just keep picking at you, picking at you, picking at you. Eventually, you just don't say, forget it. Why even try? Every time I try, it's wrong. You always got something negative to say. You keep picking at me. You keep explaining things that you're agitated. You're highly agitated at everything that I do. That's a leadership style that will cause the sheep to grow irregular. You will stunt their growth through you, through your mind frame, through your lack of patience and mercy. Parents want to, how did my child become a love? How did my young son become a lover of men? How did my young daughter become a lover of women? Well, they don't want nothing to do with you or anything that represented you. They went opposite of you in your direction. We don't know what the hell be happening to our kid. What happened? Did we encourage them the right way? Did we purposely mold or fashion the sheep so that they can be a miniature Christ? So they can be just like Christ. To think like Christ. To look like Christ. To behave like Christ. Did we make little Christians with the mold when we had power? That's what you're supposed to be doing as a leader. You're supposed to be making little Christians. Little Christ-like individuals. What happened to them? We got to them. My impatience got to them. My anger got to them. My frustration got to them. My irritation got to them. My agitation got to them. My disgust got to them. That's what we do. And that's how we take the sheep and we turn them into monsters. Then they turn a little bitty monsters, little male and female monsters. Because of what? Boy, I taught you better than that. Don't act like you ain't got no sense. You know I taught you better than that. You don't know how to get the best out of your kids. You don't know how to get the best out of the sheep. You have a leadership style that's broken. Unfortunately, some of us have been raised with that same leadership style. Some of us have been raised with impatience, frustration, lack of mercy, anger, selfishness. We can only deliver how we've been groomed with the materials we've been groomed with. Neglected, left to figure it out by ourselves. What you think you're gonna give as a leader? Yes, sir.
We think because we think we turned out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Right. It was by the mercy of the Most High we got to the truth. Otherwise, we'd be lost in the world too. It's by the mercy of the Most High that we even got to this point. But when it comes to us having to give this to the sheep, steer the sheep, mold the sheep, you have to have the right ingredients. You got to come from love. If you're not coming from love, you're destroying the sheep. Period, point blank. This style of leadership will stunt the growth of the sheep. It says, provoke not your children to what?
It says, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
So am I going to keep pointing out all the mistakes they make? All I do is keep pointing out mistakes. I'm just pricking at them, picking at them. Because that provoke the wrath means roughed with irregular prickles or elevations. That's like me taking sandpaper and I'm just rubbing sandpaper over their thoughts. I'm agitating them, roughing them up. Because they inconvenience me. Because I like patience.
Because I disapprove in my specific opinion. Because a lot of our checks and balances be based off of a specific opinion that I may harness or maintain. But it's not necessarily it's really an erroneous opinion. It's an opinion based on error. Because if the opinion is not based off the training of my shepherd or my elder, the person above me, then I'm not giving the right technical training. Because if you are in the position of officer or you're in the position of a teacher, your job is, or for a person that is a servant to a higher shepherd, your job is to deliver the tenets. Your job is to deliver the proper mind frame and lessons that your teacher is teaching to the student. Like the disciples did. Christ gave the tenets and mind frames, and then the 12 disciples disseminated Christ's tenets and mind frames to the sheep. That's the proper way to be a officer, leader, guide. Remember, we are under tutors until the time appointed. I think people forget the part that you're under a tutor, and they go off of independent judgment. And when you have independent judgment, part of that independent judgment is erroneous.
And you know why it's erroneous? Because a lot of times we'll get angry at somebody needing us, and instead of just saying I don't got the answer, or just say I don't know, because then I don't look like the authority.
Yeah.
Then I don't look like the one in charge. When I just have a straight up answer, I don't know. You know what? Then that makes me look like suspect as a leader, or it makes me look suspect as a parent.
Or I have an insufficient idea because
Let me get this point. Let me get this point because instead of just saying I don't know, let me find out. I get angry that you even asked me that question. Why are you mad that I'm trying to help you with this work and I don't got the answer because I haven't did math in 30 years? But I'm mad that you asking me for this homework. What you think the teacher get paid for?
Yeah.
Why you ain't do your homework? If you just don't know the equation, just say you don't know. You know what we'll do? We'd rather get mad and upset that somebody needs our help. And we don't have the answer. We're like looking stupid as leaders. Read this for me right here.
All right.
Right.
190, right?
Yeah.
Page 635, 190. When therefore he does not clearly comprehend a case.
It said a good leader, if he don't clearly comprehend a case, but his pride is involved, so he don't want to look stupid. He don't want to act like he don't want to look unintelligent. He'll throw a smoke screen, get angry. He'll start yelling. Or he'll find a reason to say, man, I'm out of here, I'm leaving. A lot of people do a lot of things just to not say, I don't know. Or I'm not sure. A lot of pride is involved. Read that one more time.
When, therefore, he does not clearly comprehend a case by reason of the perplexed and unintelligible character of the circumstances.
What am I supposed to do? Especially as a leader. Read on.
Which throw uncertainty and darkness around it. He ought to decline giving a decision.
And do what?
And to send the matter before judges who will understand it more accurately.
What does that mean? That means it's okay when you don't know something. There's going to come a time as a leader when you don't have the answers. And it's okay not to have the answers. It's okay to not know it, not know what somebody feels like you should know. If you don't got the answers, why don't you be humble enough to go before the elders and say, you know what, I got this problem at home. I don't have the answers, and my way of doing it is not working. But that sounds like too much like right. Because of pride, men and women's pride, they don't want to look like they're not in control. I don't want to look like I'm not competent or qualified for the position. Why are you questioning me? You know, sometimes as a leader, you just don't know. And if you don't know, so what? You don't know. Why take it out on the sheep? Why take the fact that you don't know something out on the flock? Why make their life a living hell because you don't know something and you don't want to look stupid, so you try to reverse the narrative and make them look stupid for asking. Everything we do is about being sensitive to the flock. Give me that, finish that, and go back and read that in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4.
Ephesians 6 and 4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord.
It's now this, you said something earlier, Amiyati. Now this is also known as harsh truth. You called it something else. You said what?
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest. Some people will say, well, I was just being brutally honest, or I'm just giving them the harsh truth, or I'm just keeping it 100. What that means is harsh truth is characterized by having the need to be right, or being right, but hateful. So, when we read earlier in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, read that, no, Ephesians 4:15, read that 4 and 15 one more time.
Ephesians 4 and 15. But speaking the truth in love.
It says you got to speak the truth in what?
In love.
But sometimes we think that me speaking the truth in love is me giving somebody the harsh truth, meaning I'm right, but I'm giving it to them with what? With hate. I'm right, but I'm hateful. Okay. There are leadership styles where people are right, and they don't mind showing you that you're wrong, and they don't mind letting you know that you're wrong, and they'll tell you 10 times over that you're wrong, but the way they do it, it's mingled with hate. So they're all right. They ain't got no love in it. You can't steer sheep like that. You can't steer sheep knowing that you're right, but I'm going to give you the right answer, but I'm going to give it to you with a whole lot of hate mixed in it. You got some hands up.
I see that out of love. That's what we see.
Yeah. Yes.
So does that mean then in 2 Corinthians the 11th chapter, verse 6, where it says, but though I be rude in speech, and just stopping right there, I hear a lot of Israelites, various camps, use that as an excuse to not, what I would say, season your word with salt. Have that love. Is Paul more so coming from a perspective in this case, I was being rude in that case, but not meant to be a justification that this is why I get to be rude every single time.
How many times we want to use that card?
Exactly. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I just get pulled a lot.
Well, what should be pulled a lot is teach them in love. Why don't they use that card a lot? Because it's easier. It's easier for me to show disgust than it is for me to show love. Because you know what? It's an inconvenience for me to have to dig down into compassion and to dig down in my bowels of mercy and to be patient and walk with the person that don't know no better and walk them through the steps of coming out of ignorance. It's not. So if for me as a leader, it's basically what is the value of the person that I'm dealing with, and how far do I see that it's worth me going with. Now, if I feel like you're not really worth me expending all my time, and me explaining something to you and slowing things down, and I don't think you're worth that, then I'm going to give you the short, quick answer. The one that said that's rude in speech but not in knowledge.
So Paul was saying here, this was just a specific condition, but not meant to be the template.
That is not the template. That's not the template. You had your hand up? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was looking at that years ago. He also meant that he was saying he was also saying he was unskilled. He was unlearned in a position to be able to teach them or show them something maybe in the manner that they were used to.
Mm-hmm.
So he was also communicating that he was just a bit lacking in skill.
Right.
To
But whether if you're gonna choose the harsh truth style of leadership, where I told you the truth, I didn't lie to you, did I? but I ain't no love in it. Ain't no love with me. There's no love commingled with me telling you right from wrong. But I deliver it where it's irritated. I deliver it where I rob you of your courage, and I discourage you from wanting to try to think my way or see it my way. I'm taking the strength of you seeing it this way, or the desire for you to even yield away from you. You don't even want to listen to me because I make the people, I can do the harsh truth way, but I make these people not even want to come and ask me anything. Which in actuality
Is the plan.
Is the plan anyway.
That's the plan.
That's the purpose behind the harsh truth is I want it to be an inconvenience for you to come to me. So I don't have to inconvenience myself to deliver something to you, because remember, people only look at people based upon utility. If you are of some great utility to me, I will be patient with you. I will be merciful to you. If I see you as having value, I don't mind slowing things down. You're worth me slowing things down to explain something to. But if I don't see the value in you, and I don't see the benefits in you, do you think I'm going to slow myself down to explain something to you? Or to take time out of my busy day to explain something to you? You're not worth it. It must come from love. That supposed, well, I'm telling them the truth because the truth hurts.
Yeah.
Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah. No.
We can use that too.
Okay.
But those are excuses.
And often
Those are excuses not to show love.
Often people that operate in that stance can never take the same thing they dish.
Yep.
You can give the cold truth, but when it comes to receive the cold truth, you can never receive it either. It's a one-way spirit.
Okay.
Do I really have to dominate and crush your spirit to tell you something right?
No.
Why do I have to crush your soul to give you instruction? Why I have to make you feel this big to show you some instruction? Why I gotta quench your spirit and make you feel little because you don't understand something? Because I gotta feed you with some knowledge. Why does that have to come with me stepping on you? Do you have to step on people to give them instruction?
Some do.
Some people do. Yeah, but why are you questioning me? Just take what I say and believe it. Why are you questioning me with that? I already gave you the answer. If it ain't good enough, that's your problem. You stupid.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. That's not right. Those sheep won't grow up and imitate and be a model of Christ. You keep being intolerable to the people, to the sheep. They don't want nothing to do with the Bible. They don't want nothing to do with Christ. They don't want nothing to do with church. They don't want nothing to do with religion. Because you run them off. But who run them off? Your leadership style runs them off. Your parenting style runs them off. So, you could be right. But you don't have to crush souls in order to be right. You don't have to step on people's emotions and make them feel small just so you can get your point across. Molding the sheep is a patient process. It's a nurturing process. I'm gonna give you this time to understand this information. If you don't get it yet, no problem. We'll keep working on it until you get it. You don't understand? No problem. We're gonna keep working on it until you get it. I'm gonna work with you. Nurturing is a slow process, sometimes slower than what we want, depending on how busy and fast-paced our lifestyle is. especially if we live in a fast-paced life. You don't got to step on people to correct people. You got to demoralize and demean and crush souls in order to let somebody know that they made a mistake.
You got to be oldest to instruct.
No, you don't. You can let somebody know they made a mistake with love. There's a second style. That's the first style of leadership that will stunt the sheep's growth. There's a second one. Give me Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Is what?
Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Secret love is another problem that will never develop the sheep. That's another leadership style that will never develop the sheep. Verse 5. Read it again.
Proverbs 27, verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Secret love will never allow the sheep to grow. They will never grow. Why won't the sheep grow? Read on.
Faithful are the wounds of a friend,
Read.
but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
What is the person more concerned about?
Keeping their favor.
Say it again.
Keeping their favor.
Keeping their favor. What'd you say? Feelings, right? Feelings. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
No.
I don't want to hurt your feelings. I want to keep them what? Faithful.
Keep their favor.
Keep their favor. And if I'm kissing them, I'm getting what? I'm getting a benefit. You know why I won't tell a person the truth?
Listen,
Say it again.
you're messing up what you got going. You're messing up the benefit.
Why won't I tell people the truth? Yes, sir.
Fear.
Fear? Well, hold on. Why won't I tell people the truth? Why would I rather just keep kissing them and tell them it's okay?
Burn bridges.
Because you won't get what you want. That's why. Because you won't get something back in return. It's why you won't tell people the truth.
Stay quiet.
Say it again.
It's better to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Stay quiet because you're not going to get what you want. People don't grow like that. They don't get better like that. Because you're not concerned about their growth. You're more concerned about what you're getting in return. And we're going to prove what this looks like. Go to Acts chapter 16, verse 16.
Acts chapter 16, verse 16.
Read.
And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit.
It said this damsel, this young lady was possessed with what?
With a spirit.
This woman, she had a spirit on her. It wasn't a good spirit either. Read.
Of divination.
And she had a spirit of divination. Divination is when you communicate with the dead. And you consort mediums, spirit mediums, to get answers of what's to come. No different than a fortune teller. No different than a palm reader. No different than seeking out a Ouija board. Shaking an 8-ball. You're trying to get an answer of something that's unknown, and you're seeking spirits to do so. It's the same as a brujeria, a babalao, consorting to a babalao, or going to get a cleansing from what you call them stores? Them herbaleria, the herbaleria. I'm going to get a herb. Say it again. Herbalia. Hierbalia. Damn, that was hard. That was hard for me. Hierbalia. Hierbalia. Yeah, okay, that was difficult. So the whole point is this. Read that again.
Verse 16. And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit of divination.
That's not a good spirit. Read on.
Met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying.
It says her masters she brought her masters much gain by what?
Soothsaying.
Soothsaying is fortune telling.
Yeah.
So she had a spirit that could connect with spirit mediums, and it made a lot of money.
Yep.
It was a very profitable business for her to keep communicating with these extra galactic spirits, intergalactic spirits that exist in the unknown. It was a business, and it made money. Read.
The same followed Paul and us and cried.
But the spirit that's in this woman kept crying and following Paul and Peter. Read.
Saying, these men are the servants of the Most High Power.
It was Silas. I'm sorry, Paul and Silas. He said, these men are what?
It says, servants of the Most High Power.
Read.
Which show unto us the way of salvation.
It says, these men these are men that are servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation. Meaning she was glitching.
Yeah.
She was there normally utilizing her soothsaying, fortune-telling powers to make money for her masters. When Paul and Silas came through, she started glitching and saying, these men got the way to salvation. She went off track. Read.
And this did she many days. But Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the Spirit, I command you in the name of Yahushua to come out of her.
Paul pulled that damn demon off that woman. Come off that woman, man. Got this woman following us around, blowing us up, hyping us up. Paul pulled that demon, that spirit off that woman. Read.
And he came out the same hour.
And that demon came out the same hour. Read.
And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone.
It said, read that part again.
And when her masters saw that the hope of their gain was gone.
It says, and when her master saw that spirit of fortune telling was pulled off of her, what did they know that they were going to lose?
Money.
Their gains.
They was about to lose their business.
Yep.
They about to lose their money. Paul pulled that demon off that woman, and her masters didn't like it because it was making them money. They were utilizing that demon. They were profiting from that woman's demon. They were profiting from that illness inside that woman. It was big business. Read.
And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers and brought them to the magistrates, saying, these men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city.
They said they do what?
They do exceedingly trouble our city.
These men are causing trouble. Are these men really causing trouble, or are they healing spirits?
Healing spirits.
But does that make money?
Nope.
So that's secret love. That's what secret love is. Secret love is, I won't tell you what's wrong with you as long as I'm making my money. Is the pimp trying to heal the woman?
No.
Is he in it to heal her? Or is he there to make promises so he can keep gaining? Does he not bring her something to get strung out on? To keep her weak and vulnerable? Does he want her to get strong and independent?
No.
No. Because if I can keep you broke, and if I can keep you humbled, and if I can keep you lost, I can make money off you. But if I teach you, if I strengthen you, then you'll be no benefit to me. Leaders have different motivations. But both of these leadership styles will damage the sheep. Me being intemperate, me being showing extreme vexation and anger and intolerance, and I'm odious to the flock, I'm going to ruin the flock. Or me seeing the benefits, reaping the benefits of the flock, but not strengthening them, not telling them the truth, not healing their issues. That doesn't allow them to grow either. I'm keeping them broken as well. Both of these leadership styles are damaging to the flock. And that secret love is also known as compromised truth. Write this down. That secret love is also known as compromised truth. What is compromised truth?
Yeah, that's a good term, because that's like a modern term. Because nobody says secret love these days.
No, they don't. But they'll understand it. Compromised truth is watered down, diluted distortion, which is the selective presentation of absolute truth to accommodate personal convenience. I'll read it again. Compromised truth is watered down, diluted, and distorted, diluted with distortion. It is selective presentation of absolute truth to accommodate personal convenience. Why won't I tell this brother the truth?
I'm accommodating personal convenience. It's not convenient for me.
Exactly.
Personal.
That's compromised truth.
Wow.
Why don't I come home? Why don't I come home and tell my woman she's off and show her the scriptures that she's off?
It hurts my interest. I have interest in this.
What is your interest? What could the interest be that you come home and you don't want to tell your woman she was wrong? What might it mess up?
Some personal interest?
No date night.
It might mess up some accommodations.
I'm not accommodated here.
You will not be accommodated when you come home and show your woman that she's off. Your accommodation just went out the window.
There go your accommodation.
There goes your accommodations. So, because I want the accommodations, even though you was wrong what you did to the sisters, even though you was wrong what you did to the kids, even though you was disrespectful at your boss at work today,
Not the spirit.
even though you wasn't in the right spirit, what won't I tell you? Because I don't want to mess up what's coming back to me. I won't give you the truth.
That hurts the shoot too.
Being overbearing with the flock, supposedly serving harsh truth as a dish, doesn't work. Compromised truth doesn't work. Because we don't like to tell people the truth about themselves because we don't get what we feel like is going to come back to us in return. We just call it picking my battles.
Yeah.
Do I want to sleep on the couch tonight? Or is this person development more important than me sleeping on the couch tonight? Which one's more important? Let me weigh my options.
Let me
weigh my options.
That's crazy.
That couch is cold. You know what, babe? You was right. Them sisters was wrong.
Wow.
Now kiss me. Because that's what we want. He said the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. You know what? You need somebody to tell you both of these styles don't work. Last thing I'm gonna read right here. This last point in the class is over. Give me no, not the last point. Two more things. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. So compromised truth is when you water down the person's offenses. And you water down what's wrong with them. You water down their faults and their problems because you don't want to mess it up at home, or you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess your benefits up. People do that too. And you think the sheep are going to learn that way?
No.
If a person got a problem with drinking, you're not going to tell them it's a problem? Because I don't want to start a fight? Because I'm tired, I want to go to bed? There's a lot of things that we don't want to deal with, and we'll just let a person be, but they're not growing from it. That's not love. What real love is, read.
Hebrews 12 and 6. For whom the Lord loveth,
It says, for whom the Lord loveth.
he chasteneth.
What does the Lord do when he loves somebody?
He chasteneth.
Does the Most High deliver compromised truth?
He chasteneth.
Does the Most High deliver secret love?
He chasteneth.
Does the Most High tell you you're right, you're correct, the way you're doing things is fine, it's just fine?
He chasteneth.
No, man, the way the Most High deal to show real love, the real love it comes with correction. It just doesn't come with hate mixed in it. That's the difference. The way the Most High show love is different than the way man show love. The Most High does correct. He just doesn't come from a point of odiousness, roughness, anger. Oh, I got to be bitter while I correct you. Why you got to be bitter to correct somebody?
That's true.
So the Most High say he love, he do what?
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth,
Read.
and scourgeth every son.
And they say he whoop every son. He don't let nothing slide like that. Read.
And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
And go ahead.
Verse 7. If ye endure chastity, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons.
He said, if you can endure chastening, the Most High will qualify you and call you one of his sons. Read on.
For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Read.
But if ye be without chastisement,
It said, but if ye be without chastisement, if somebody is showing you secret love, read.
whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Somebody really treating you like a bastard. Somebody that won't tell you the truth because it messes up their convenience, because it inconveniences their personal pleasure or their benefits. They're really not showing you real love. They're really not teaching you. You're really not growing. You're not going to grow like that. The Most High put the spanking on the people that he loves, but he just does it with love, not with hate. Read verse 11.
Verse 11. Now, no chastity for the present seemeth to be joyous.
Now, when you're chastising someone, is it going to feel good for them?
No.
No. Read on.
But grievous.
It's what?
Grievous.
It's grievous. That means they're not going to like it. So what? They're not going to like it. So what? That means they may not like you either. So what? That means that you may not get no accommodations, or you might not get no affection. So what? But what's more important? The truth to them is more important. Their development is more important. Their change is more important. The spirits coming off of them is more important. Read.
Nevertheless, afterward, it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness.
It says, but afterwards it yielded, meaning something grows. It says the peaceable what?
Fruit.
Peaceable fruit of righteousness.
So there's growth involved when you don't use a secret love leadership style. There's growth involved when you tell people the truth in love. There's growth involved. When it doesn't bother you to tell the people, it doesn't inconvenience you, it doesn't anger you to tell the people the truth. Or you don't want to miss out on nothing. She getting paid on Friday, so I'm just hold my tongue till Saturday.
Something happened the day I had to
Yeah,
tell
it was something I've been wanting to tell you. It evaded me. But now that we got these bills paid, listen, I don't like how you operate. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how you talk back to me. I don't think you respect me enough. Man, you can't. People are a trip, man.
Can I pull one scripture?
Come on.
Proverbs 19:18.
Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 18. Chasten thy son while there is hope.
I'm supposed to deal with a person's spirit issues while there's hope. This person maintains the ability to be receptive to the Bible and the ability to be receptive to being molded properly. Right? The hope is that they're properly molded and they can function independently in a spiritual mind frame in time. They can be biblically educated and given strength and virtue. That's the hope. So strengthen them or correct them or deal with them or educate them or edify them while there's the opportunity for them to absorb your understanding, while they're receptive. Read.
And let not thy soul spare for his crying.
But don't let thy soul spare for the person's crying. If a person's soul is sparing their tears, that means that my leadership style may be more connected to that underwhelming style of teaching.
Yeah, that secret love style, that compromised truth style.
That's why the Most High said your soul can't despair their crying. I just can't take the fact this person doesn't see me as their friend anymore, temporarily.
Yeah. So but you're ruining them.
God.
You will ruin them. Just because you got to tell people the truth, don't mean you got to do it with violence, though. Let me make sure that get that point across. You can tell people the truth without violence and anger and hate.
Yeah.
You can spank children without hate, with an extreme temperament. We feel like we got a green card to just throw in whatever emotion we feeling at the time, based on their level, our level of inconvenience that they brought to us.
This is crazy, bro. The Berean Study Bible says this way: discipline your son, for in that there is hope. Do not be party to his death.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a contributive factor to this person's spiritual decline.
Yeah, because how I operate as a leader. Last thing right here. This is Matthew Henry. This is a note from Matthew Henry from Luke chapter Jude chapter 1. And we'll finish part 3 of this class next Wednesday. There will be a part 3 to this for sure. I know I say that sometime, but things be changing. But there is a part 3 for sure. Most High willing. It says, and we're ending on this. It says, those who persuade must make it evident that they sincerely love those whom they would persuade. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read it again. Those who would persuade, meaning when you're a leader or you're in a leadership position and you're trying to convince somebody to do something for the right reason and steer them a certain way. It says, those who would persuade must make it evident that they sincerely love those whom they would persuade. Meaning, if I'm trying to influence anybody to do anything, the best way to influence them with is for a surety and for certainty that I love them first. You can't steer people and expect them to want to acquire whatever mind frame you're trying to give them if you're not teaching them in love. Those who would persuade must make it evident that they sincerely love those whom they would persuade. Bitter words and hard usage never did nor ever will convince, much less persuade anybody. What is he saying? There's different tactics to getting the best out of the flock. Being bitter and instructing people with anger and a temper hardly ever works. He said it never works. Read the second point. The words which inspired persons have spoken or written, duly remembered and reflected on, are the best preservative against dangerous errors. This will always be so till men have learned to speak better than God himself. I'll read it again. He says, the words which inspired persons have spoken or written, duly remembered and reflected on, are the best preservatives against dangerous errors. This will always be so till men have learned to speak better than God himself. What he's saying is the best way to preserve the flock and to preserve the people is to use the words that inspired men have already spoken. Where do we find the words that have inspired men have already spoken? The Bible. You want to teach people? You want to teach the flock? You want to develop the flock? You can't use your emotion and your anger. You can't use your fake form of love, your compromised truth form of love. You can't use that harsh truth form of love. You have to use scriptures. He says this is the best way to get people to do what you want them to do for the right reasons and steer them in the right direction. So with that, we're going to say shalom, and we'll do part 3 on Wednesday. No, we'll talk about it in a second. Hey, shalom, Israel. I'll be back in action on Friday. Shalom, everybody. We're going to counsel real quick, and we'll see you again on Friday in a couple of days. Have a good night. Shalom, brothers.
Hey, Shai.